So, kids getting a driver's license, huh? Yeah, clear the roads! Seriously though, it's scary stuff. You're a new driver hurtling down the freeway, to say nothing of the insurance hike. Ooh boy. But really, look at the statistics. Drivers between the ages of 15 and 19 are much more likely to experience a collision. You don't want that. I don't want that. Heck, the government doesn't want that. And that's why states nationwide have adopted graduated driver licensing regulations. I know, it sounds complicated, but don't worry. I'm here to help. Welcome to Graduated Driver Licensing Made Simple. Now, each state has its own set of specific rules and regulations, but today we're taking a look at Kansas. Kansas has 2 permit levels, farm permit and instruction permit, and 2 license levels, restricted license and full license. Meet Daniel and his mom Kay. They're about to start on the great adventure of the GDL. Daniel turned 14 yesterday. In Kansas, this means he's just old enough to apply for his farm or instruction permit. Kansas teens living on a farm or parcel of land 20 acres or larger, or who are employed for compensation on a farm, are eligible for a farm permit. To do this, their parent or guardian needs to submit a written application. Since Daniel doesn't live on a farm, he'll be taking the instruction permit route. He and his mom have spent time together studying this year's Kansas Driver Handbook. All they have to do now is head down to the local DMV, where they'll both sign off on his permit paperwork, and he'll take a vision test and written driver's exam. One nerve-wracking test later, Daniel is a proud instruction permit recipient. Another option is that Daniel could have taken driver education. The paperwork that he receives from the course will exempt him from having to take the written or driving test at the DMV. Plus, in Kansas, after having your instruction permit for 1 year and completing driver's education, you can get your restricted license at age 15 instead of 16. Now the fun part. Daniel needs to clock 50 hours of supervised driving time, 10 of which have to be at night with his mom, a driving instructor, or another licensed adult over the age of 21. Kay will need to sign off on paperwork stating that Daniel has indeed been practicing his lane changes, turns, parking, and overall safe driving skills. Oh yeah, she will also be keeping track of Daniel's time behind the wheel by logging his day and night driving hours. The supervised driving period is really important because it gives experienced drivers a chance to make sure that their protege is learning excellent safety practices behind the wheel. Now that he's got his permit, Daniel needs to spend 12 months working on his driving abilities and completing driver education under his mom's watchful eye before moving on to the age 15 restricted license phase. Meet Amanda and her uncle Jason. Amanda is 16 years old and just spent the last 12 months learning Jason's best tips and tricks for how to pull off the perfect parallel parking job, among other vital rules of the road. She's now ready to embark on that rite of passage, the road test. She and Jason head to the DMV, where Amanda will show off her shiny new driving skills. With a passing score here, she'll enter the intermediate stage of the GDL, receiving her 16-year-old restricted license. Now, she can finally strike out on her own in that brand new Mercedes, or, whatever. She may be allowed to drive solo now to go to or from work and school, but there are still safety restrictions on her intermediate license. Until Amanda turns 17, she cannot drive alone between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. and carry no more than 1 non-immediate family member under the age of 18. And, as with all permits and license, may not use any wireless communication device except to report illegal activity or to summon help. These restrictions are in place to minimize risk and distractions and maximize the experience the new driver gets. Amanda knows it's important to stay alert and aware while she's driving because the law has specific provisions for intermediate drivers. Repeated crashes or injuries caused by drivers with an intermediate license carry fines and can even result in their license being suspended for an additional 12 months. After 6 months of safe driving with a 16-year-old restricted license, Amanda can now apply for a full license. Congratulations! At this point, Amanda is a fully licensed, unrestricted, ready-to-go driving machine. Hopefully this handy guide has helped you make sense of the ins and outs of graduated driver licensing. For more information and specific rules for your own state, check out impactteendrivers.org. Happy driving!